Hello, thank you for joining me on Dishing with me, Heather D. And today or tonight, we are going to be doing some really quick snack food. It's Saturday night, and this idea is perfect for a New Year's party. And we are going to make quesadillas. So I have right here the really large tortillas. This is the restaurant style. It is the Grande. It's 6 flour tortillas, and I'm trying to see what's the size. It usually gives how much, the diameter of it. And I'm not seeing it. But I know this is probably close to the, I think it's maybe the 12-inch. Maybe a little longer than the 12-inch. But this is perfect because we are making really big quesadillas. And these will not be cut in half. I'm going to make them as whole sandwiches type. And we're going to have refried beans, and we're going to have our ground beef, and I have some Colby Jack and Monterey cheddar and a little bit of sharp cheddar cheese that's going to go in them. And we're going to season our meat with some basic Spanish type seasonings. I'm going to have my cumin seed, ground cumin seed. I have my Spanish paprika, garlic powder, a little bit of chipotle chili powder, black pepper, and salt. We have a little lime because we're also going to use a little bit of avocado on the side as a little dipping, or however you like to have it. And I'm going to start out with chopping up an onion. And this is what's going to be used to help flavor and season our meat. I'm going to move my bowl to the side here. And I'm just going to chop this onion up. And this will be finely diced. So as I cut this up, I'll be right back, and we will finish this up. Well, start the next process. Okay, so I've diced up my half onion, and I'm going to go ahead and use my ground beef here. This is just a 1 pound pack of the 80%, 20%, 80% lean, 20% fat. And of course, I'm using my little stove top, or my countertop cooking thing here, which I love. It's so versatile. I'll put that to the side here, and I'm going to pull out my seasonings. This is my garlic powder, and I'm going to also use my black pepper. Ooh, you can smell it. Oh, it smells so good. Cover that up. Then I'm going to use some of my sea salt here for flavor. And all of these seasonings are to your tasting. I will have the ingredients at the bottom. I know it seemed like I put a lot, but it really wasn't. I'm using my Spanish paprika. That's going to give it a really good smoky flavor. And then I'm also going to have my cumin. And then I'm going to add a little bit of my chipotle chili pepper. Give it a little bit of an extra spice kick. Not too spicy though. Now I'm going to start cutting this up. And all the seasonings is going to cook together. I'm going to add my onions also. I would add oil to here, but this little contraption thing is stainless. I'm not stainless steel. It's non-stick. And then the fat from my meat is going to have enough oil in it where I won't have to add it. This is going to be a nice snack and meal for my kids and their company tonight, which my assistant is my daughter's friend Kamaya, which has a YouTube channel.
Emoji Lover 24. I mean, no, Blue Kitty 24 now. Subscribe.
She is my camera person for tonight. And I'm just breaking the meat up into pieces. And we're going to let this fully cook for about good 10, 12 minutes. And I'll check on it. Stirring this up. And we will be right back. Okay, so our ground beef has finished. It's actually been about 5 minutes with my stovetop cover, my dash. I can heat it from the bottom and from the top, so it only took half the time instead of the 10 to 12 minutes. Now, if I was using a stove or frying this up in a regular skillet, it would have taken 10 to 12. But me using my little dash here that was purchased from Walmart. If you haven't seen my earlier videos with me using it, I mentioned it was a gift from my mom. She had got it on clearance, and I just really love this. I'm going to take this and put this into my bowl here. Because this is going to be part of our filler for the quesadillas. Rubbed a little bit on the side. It's a good thing my tablecloth has a protective plastic cover. So everything that drips or drops on it is easy to be wiped off. And it doesn't stain or leave any grease. And I got that from the fabric section at Walmart when they used to have it where you can get your fabrics for cloths and stuff. Now they don't have the fabric section. They just have the little arts and crafts, but not the big fabric section like Joann Fabrics have. You probably can't find a nice thick piece of plastic at one of your craft stores. But my mother, of course, got me this plastic also, and it's such a good protectant for my tablecloths, especially my really nice ones around the holidays. My ground beef. Now you can use ground turkey, ground chicken, Italian ground sausage, whatever you like for your quesadillas. You can even use the same seasonings to season your chicken breast, making it into strips. It'll come out just as fine. Now we're using some of the same oil for my ground beef. I'm going to take my refried beans and I'm going to heat them up in here. And all I did was just add a little bit of my ground onion powder and a little bit of my ground cumin. And I'm going to mix this up. And this is also going to be used. I'm going to heat my beans up in here. And that will only take about 2, maybe 3 minutes to fully heat it. Spread that out, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now my beans are fully heated, and I'm about to transfer them back into my bowl here. And then what I'm going to do is clean this off so that way I can get ready to do our quesadillas. And these are going to be so, so good. And this is, like I said, perfect for New Year's coming up. So they're a nice little appetizer to go with any dish or any meal, especially when you don't want to cook nothing heavy. So you have your little quesadilla triangles, and you just have your little side of guacamole, sour cream, salsa, and it's perfect. Okay, I'm going to clean this out, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now it's time to layer up our quesadillas. I have my extra large tortillas here, and I'm just going to get 2 full sheets. We're not half in these mugs. Nope. I'll put one to the side. I'm going to start out by putting the refried beans on one of them. I'm just going to spread it out. Just like you would do a pizza. Just put a thin layer of the beans and try to get as far to the edge as possible, because we really want these quesadillas to be fully loaded with at least all the fillings that we're using. Because we don't want this to get soggy, but we want it to be nice and crispy and so good. Okay, now we're going to add our meat. And just going to sprinkle it all around. Like I said, just like you would do a pizza. And we want to fill it and spread it out. Now, if you have carnivores in your house, then you want to really load these up as much as possible. But if you don't have a lot of meat eaters, then a little bit is perfect. Then you can also omit the meat as well to make it vegetarian. I use the fat-free refried beans, so it won't have any of animal fat, so it can be used as vegetarian. I'm going to go ahead and open up my cheese. This is the Monterey Colby Jack. I'm going to fully put this all on here. We want this good and cheesy. All over. And then I'm going to also use some of my sharp cheddar. This is going to give it a nice little bite and good flavor also to our quesadillas. And I'm making the cheese go to the edge as much as possible, because we want this. Every time you take a bite, you want to taste either meat, beans, and cheese. You want all of that. Okay, now I'm going to get the bottom. Actually, I'm going to pick this up. And you might have to use a spatula of some type. I'm placing it inside of my thing here. And we're going to put beans on top. Not as much as we did at the bottom. But this is going to help as like a glue to adhere to the beans and the cheese that's already on there. Just smear that around. And I probably used about a fourth of a cup. And I'm going to lay this on top. I'm going to sandwich that all together. And then I'm going to let this cook. Whoops. May have been nice to plug it in after I cleaned it out. Okay? We're going to let this cook up for about 2 minutes. And because, remember, it cooks from the top and the bottom, so it's not going to take very long for this to get nice and toasty. So, we'll be right back. Alright, so I have one part of the quesadillas done. Now the trick is to try to flip it over. And I'm going to attempt on camera. Try to flip this over. Okay, so maybe I might have to use my hand. Oh, I did it. Nice and toasty. And this is only going to take about a couple minutes. So, I am now actually getting some avocados together. I have one avocado and I cut it in half, remove the seed. And I'm just going to kind of dice this. And I'm going to squirt some lime juice with this. And I'm going to have my daughter, Sierra.
What? His hair is fading. What? It's not even shiny.
Necesito sal. I need some salt, please.
Salt?
Yes. Well, my son is going to get it. I need a child to help me.
Me?
RJ's going to get the salt from me.
This one?
The sea salt. The small one. Can you not stand in my... Oh, the lens. Talking to Sierra because she stood right in front of it.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Really?
Get out.
So, I'm putting some salt. Not much. Then I'm going to add some fresh lime juice. This is going to help the avocado from turning brown. My kids and I love avocado. And it's made like a guacamole. So I'm just going to squeeze some of that nice lime juice in it. And this is so good on the side of a quesadilla. And for the little tomato, I'm going to go ahead and use some paste chunky salsa. This was not made in New York City. I'm just going to add a little bit. And this is going to all get, woo, don't drop the cheese, mushed up together and mixed up. And this is going to be a side dish to our quesadillas. And I think our quesadillas is ready. So I'm going to let this sit. And I'll move this to the side and pull it out. Put a little lime. Lime is always good when you're doing any type of Spanish dish. Especially fresh squeezed lime juice. Perfect. Now to get it out. Perfect. Ooh. Flip it over to the side real quick. I'm going to close this up. Save some heat. And now I'm about to get our pizza cutter and cut it just like you would do a pizza in triangles. I'll start by cutting it in half. And if our camera person can ease the camera out of its case so she can bring it closer so you guys can see it. If you want, you can pause it. So now you can see up close our quesadilla. Nice and toasty. And we're just going to put this on the side here. Look at that. These are nice big old chunky triangles of quesadillas. Put a little bit of this avocado on the side that has some salsa. This is going to be good. And then, so we got our little quesadillas here. Now we just got to add some sour cream. RJ, can you go and get me a spoon so I can get our sour cream on the side? And you get to have your quesadilla first. Nice, delicious quesadilla. These quesadillas, you can cut them up smaller and you can make it into a smaller appetizer or make it as a meal. But we have our avocado with salsa. Do you want some salsa also? No?
I'm good.
Alrighty. We're going to have our first taste tester here.
Sorry, my tablet's on the Taste the avocado. Yeah, it's kind of hot.
It's kind of hot? Go get you a fork or something.
Yes.
So good, so good.
It's okay. RJ's lucky. I would have just tasted the top one if I was you, but okay. I'm sorry if it's taking so long.
How'd it taste?
Not bad. Not bad.
Add a little bit of the guacamole.
I'm just recording eat. This is going to be ASMR.
Yeah, it came loose a little bit. Good. So, that is our quesadillas. Our really thick, like pizza size quesadillas. So if you like this video, please click like, share, subscribe. Make a comment down below if this is something you would like to try. And like I said, this is perfect for the New Year's party or just relaxing at home for a quick meal. I'm going to get this one put together for my camera girl because she did such a good job, Miss Kamaya. And make sure, like I said, click them items, like, share, and subscribe. And you can follow me on Facebook, Dish With Me, Heather D, 9708. The recipe will be in the description box. And I hope you all have a great, happy, and safe New Year. Thank you, and God bless.